The scene is set in an endless corridor stretching into darkness. Neon lights provide the primary source of illumination. The protagonist's footsteps break the silence, emphasizing the emptiness. This creates an atmosphere of mystery and uncertainty. The setting evokes a sense of isolation and solitude. The endlessness of the corridor symbolizes an unknown journey. The narrative emphasizes the interconnectedness of choices and outcomes. Each decision acts as a gateway to subsequent possibilities. These possibilities are symbolized as doors, representing different paths. The selection of a path directly influences one's destiny. Therefore, every choice inevitably shapes an individual's fate. The protagonist is navigating a maze constructed with mirrored walls. The reflections create a sense of disorientation and confusion. The distorted reflections symbolize a fractured sense of self. The setting emphasizes the protagonist's internal psychological state. The scene opens in a dimly lit room, setting a somber and mysterious atmosphere. A lone man is present, suggesting isolation or contemplation. This encounter marks the beginning of the protagonist's journey. The man's solitary presence hints at a deeper narrative connection. The dim lighting enhances the sense of intrigue and uncertainty. This meeting serves as a catalyst for the unfolding story. The scene is set at night, creating an atmosphere of mystery and suspense. A debate or dialogue is about to unfold between two characters. The protagonist initiates the exchange with a direct question. "Who are you?" The man responds enigmatically, "Someone who's been here too long." This response suggests a long history or deep familiarity with the location. The exchange hints at a deeper, perhaps unsettling narrative context. The protagonist and the man initiate their joint exploration of the maze. They venture into the maze together, facing its unpredictable nature. The rooms within the maze are in a constant state of flux. The maze's structure dynamically shifts and changes around them. This creates a disorienting and challenging environment for the explorers. The B story introduces an emotional subplot. This subplot is conveyed through whispered narration. The narration takes place at night, adding to the atmosphere. The protagonist expresses longing for her father. This emotional element enhances the suspenseful journey. The environment presents a series of surreal puzzles. These puzzles defy conventional logic and spatial reasoning. Floating staircases challenge the character's sense of gravity. Collapsing walls create dynamic and unpredictable pathways. Glowing riddles offer cryptic clues to progress. The puzzles collectively test the character's perception of reality. A mural glows, illuminating the night. The artwork reveals a significant truth about the man. The mural depicts the man's face intertwined with hers. This artistic representation signifies a familial connection. The mural confirms that the man is, in fact, her father. The maze environment dynamically shifts and turns against the characters. Rooms within the maze begin to collapse, creating immediate danger. Corridors twist violently, disorienting the characters and hindering their progress. The passage of time accelerates, intensifying the tension and sense of urgency. The shattering of the escape device represents a critical failure. The darkness symbolizes the loss of hope and the onset of despair. The broken device signifies the removal of a potential solution. This event marks a turning point towards increased peril and uncertainty. A father and daughter face an impossible situation. Only one of them can escape their current predicament. The father insists that the daughter must be the one to leave. He prioritizes her survival above his own. The daughter refuses to leave her father behind again. She expresses a deep fear of losing him once more. A final door manifests, radiating intense white light. The door's luminance is blinding, suggesting a powerful energy source. This door represents a potential means of escape from the current situation. The intense light may symbolize hope or a transition to a new reality. The door's appearance at the final stage implies a critical juncture. The blinding light could also represent the unknown nature of what lies beyond. The scene depicts a climactic moment of sacrifice. Walls are collapsing, symbolizing destruction and impending doom. The father pushes the protagonist through a door, ensuring their escape. This action is portrayed as a final act of love. The father's silhouette is swallowed by shadow, suggesting his demise. The scene emphasizes the theme of self-sacrifice for the sake of another. The protagonist emerges into sunlight, symbolizing newfound freedom. She is finally free from the constraints of the infinite maze. The maze fades into nothingness, representing the end of her past struggles. She now faces a new reality, unburdened by the challenges she overcame. The sunlight emphasizes the beginning of a new chapter in her life. The narration introduces the mystery surrounding the maze's creation. It suggests the maze's origin is shrouded in legend and speculation. One theory attributes the maze's construction to forgotten gods. This implies a supernatural or ancient origin beyond human comprehension. Another theory posits that the maze was created by our own minds. This suggests a psychological or subconscious element in the maze's design. The maze incorporates shifting walls as a core puzzle element. These walls dynamically reconfigure the maze's layout. This constant change introduces an element of unpredictability. Players must adapt to the ever-changing structure to navigate effectively. The shifting walls challenge spatial reasoning and memory. Success requires observation and quick decision-making in response to the new configurations. The scene depicts a flashback to a significant childhood memory. The memory highlights a cherished moment with the protagonist's father. The focus is on the strong bond and loving relationship between them. The flashback serves to emphasize the emotional connection and its impact on the protagonist. Mazes can induce significant psychological effects on individuals navigating them. One common effect is disorientation, where individuals lose their sense of direction and spatial awareness. Paranoia may also develop as individuals feel watched or trapped within the maze's confines. The disorienting and isolating nature of mazes can lead to a loss of identity. These psychological impacts highlight the maze's ability to manipulate perception and mental state. A fragment of the father's past is unveiled. This backstory explains his long-term confinement. The confinement takes place within a maze-like structure. The details of his entrapment are now being disclosed. The revelation sheds light on his motivations and history. Doors symbolize pivotal choices in a narrative. Each door represents a distinct path or decision point. The act of choosing a door signifies making a specific selection. Every choice leads to a consequence, shaping the unfolding story. The visual motif of fractured reflections is employed. This motif appears in mirrored surfaces throughout the narrative. The fractured reflections symbolize the protagonist's fragmented psyche. This visual element enhances the thematic exploration of inner turmoil. Sound design uses echoes to create a sense of space. Whispers are incorporated to generate unease. The combination of echoes and whispers evokes the feeling of being watched. These techniques enhance the auditory experience. The strategic use of light and shadow can create a sense of claustrophobia. This technique manipulates visual perception to simulate confined spaces. Dark shadows encroach upon illuminated areas, reducing the perceived space. The contrast between light and dark intensifies the feeling of enclosure. This heightens tension and unease, contributing to a sense of confinement. The protagonist embraces her father's sacrifice. She steps into the light, symbolizing a new beginning. The maze represents the challenges and trials she has overcome. His love and memory guide her forward, shaping her future.